My husband and I had been talking, and of course, we were concerned about the house and the housing market, and I was so frightened to find out what I was going to find out when we went to the bank. But he kept saying, we gotta have to just suck it in, and we're gonna have to go down to that bank. So he actually drove me that particular day, and so we went over, and I started talking with the banker about the equity in our property, because I knew we had built up quite a bit of money. And so I wanted to find out if we could tap into that or what have you. And so as we were talking, I heard this nice gentleman say, pardon me, I never really do this, and I just want to give you my card. I think I can help you. And so I took your card while we were still talking. But as I told you, Charlie, and I told my husband, I said I felt by divine decree, because we didn't know what was going to happen. And like I said, we were very frightened about, we were in an upside down mortgage. And I didn't know that until we actually talked to the banker that day, and they told me, well, this is what you bought your property for, but now it's worth this. And I was just flabbergasted about, all the losses that we had discovered that day. But for some reason, when the day that I met you in that bank, I don't know, it was a wonderful calmness. I wasn't frightened of you, because you had this gentleness and peacefulness about yourself. And then I told my husband, I said, well, we should give Charlie a call. I think this is our answer. And certainly it was. I mean, even when I think about you to this day, Charlie, it brings a lot of joy to, both of our hearts. My husband and I often talk about you, because you guided us through like turbulent waters. And we were frightened, we were afraid, we didn't know. But all we had to do, little did I know, was just follow your lead. And you guided us out of those turbulent waters into the gentle calmness of a beautiful beach, like type setting there, if I could express it that way.
You're very special people. When we came over to your house that one time, you took me downstairs, and you guys, your family is really into the music.
Right.
Now listen to this. Big time into the music. Now, who are some of the people in there?
Where's my daughter? She's into production of rap, and I think you talked about your son.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
We talked about my father-in-law, the Anderson family,
Right.
toured all the churches with their children, their 10 kids, and you guys have all
Right.
the things in the
my husband had actually, I think when you came, he had pictures on
Right,
the wall
showed you picture of the group and stuff.
of the group where he sung with his brothers. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so we had a chance to talk, but that's really what made it so wonderful, because we just sat
We had
and
a
we
good
were
connection.
we had
It
a
was a good
very good
connection.
connection, and we felt so comfortable with you that we just started talking and laughing, and everything was joyous. We shared some experiences about the music and what my family had done, and I was able to share with you that we had a son over. He lives in the UK actually, and he's going to a very prestigious college over there. He said the equivalent of Harvard here.
What we also thought, my wife and I were talking about the other day, we said, we want to do something special, because every time you hear any kind of advertisements or any other videos, it's always the realtors talking about how great they are. I'm this realtor, I'm that realtor. But in reality, it's really not about the realtors. It's really about the people. And it's about the people that we serve. And your success is really our success. Afterwards, now we're friends. Isn't this great? It's not about just buying or selling a house. It's
Right.
about
Yeah,
creating
every time we've
relationships.
seen each other in the bank or whatever, I guess people say, wow, is he a star or something? But we just run to each other and shake hands and hug, and then we always greet each other and say, well, how's the family? I say, well, how's your wife, your children? But yeah, you definitely are a godsend, Charlie. But this is really what captured our hearts, is because your love for people, number one. But I was very intrigued about your love for your family. You talked about your wife and your children. We were able to make a connection there with as far as family is concerned. And you were, a godly man. I was very impressed with that. And it just, we could feel that when we spoke with you. And it showed in the way you treated us
Well, I
with
appreciate
such
that.
kindness. If you just want somebody to sell your house, then you can, basically get anybody. But if you want somebody that's going to be very caring, concerned, that's going to listen to you and what your problems are, and then kind of take you by the hand and guide you, I would say, talk with Charlie Lutz and his wife. They are a beautiful couple who they're not just about selling the houses, but they are concerned about the people that they're helping. And so I would tell them to definitely check you out and just trust you, and you will guide them through the process, because it's very frightening when you don't know what the next step is. And what I loved about you, Charlie, was every time we had to get on the phone with whoever it was, whether it was with the banker or whatever, you were right there on the other end. That, I can't tell you how soothing that was, because I was frightened, And so my husband and I really appreciated that, all of that. You'll forever be in our hearts.
Sure will.
Goodness, will you?